All right, here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know I didn't give a time, but I'm here. Realized I booked a whole lot into this day. I have an appointment coming at 2:30, so I thought, well, this is actually the only time I can squeeze this in today. So, and there was no questions. So how about just me? What's my belief and stuff? Okay, now I got the light coming in behind me. I put a light here. Whoa, how about that? Ooh, don't see my face, but I love the sun here. And this window here, look at that's out to my messy, messy backyard. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Messy, but beautiful. Where the healing grove is going to be out back there. I don't know if we can see it there. There's my fire pit. Yeah, right by that little ball back there. I think that's my fire pit, and there's a sacred spiral that goes around that fire pit. Yeah, I would like to put a medicine wheel out there. That'd be very cool. So, my beliefs are eclectic. I call myself an eclectic spiritualist. I like our earth-based spirituality, our First Nations, because it is in my background, part of my background. My spirit name being Sweetgrass Water Medicine Woman, and I was reminded of that on October 1st. What was it, 2016? I've also been going to church because, I've always loved Jesus, but I've never been a churchgoer. Like my family didn't do that. I remember like my great aunts. I think I went to church with my great aunts. But even in BC, I was feeling this calling to get baptized, right? So I thought, I myself never had a negative experience with church and always loved Christians. The only people I have a problem with is I don't have a problem with them, but the ones that are pushing their stuff on you, right? That's the only kind of issues I have, I guess, because hey, I'm a big to each their own kind of girl, so I don't know if that light is staying on me or not. Maybe I should move over some more, if that would help. Oh, that does help a little bit. I gotta take this off because I'm getting hot sitting in the sun here. Well, spring's coming. First day of spring. Happy spring equinox here, everyone. My bracelets here. Kindness, humor. This one says always count your blessings. Nice little reminders. I like to keep little reminders around on my walls and stuff. That's one I got from my son. You don't see. This poster used to be up on my walls too. Funky, eclectic, peaceful person I am. I used to call myself Hugs, hip universal gypsy soul. I tend to practice what I preach, right? And that's what I say. It's practice, right? We're not perfect. I am far, far, far from perfect. Perfect is what I've always said. What else can I tell you about me? I believe I have the gift of giving. I was just listening to something about that on the radio. So I don't give in order to receive anything. I give because it feels good. And especially if it's helped and I'm giving something that was needed, that feels really good to me. And it's not about being acknowledged for it or anything. It's about seeing the joy in somebody else. I love watching others grow and flourish and light up, right? It's one of the things that brings me the greatest joy, right? I'm happier for others. I get more excited for others than I do for myself, really. It's the truth, that is. Because I think getting excited for myself that, oh my goodness, I've always been about not wanting my head to swell too much. When I was in my theater group and I get compliments, I would have to like kind of back away because I'm like, okay, thank you. I want to still fit out this door later, right? You joke around, my head will swell, I won't be able to fit out the door, right? So that was something I was always aware of. Anytime I got compliments, it would make me shy away, right? So I would well, it's not for me, but the advice that I like to follow is that it's not doing any favors to make yourself go small, right? Marianne Williamson has a famous quote about that, right? It's when you allow your light to shine, you do that for everybody else. So I take those things to heart, right? And try to live by those. And I thought, well, I do. I'm addicted to kind of like shrinking, right? So that others don't feel like they have to around me. I don't know if that makes sense, right? I would dim my light so that others have a chance to, but we should all be shining bright. I think that's my new concept now, is that this world needs all of our light. It needs all of us to be shining as bright as we can, right? So, you got to be part of that. I want to be part of that, right? Of shining that light. And how can I be part of that if I'm dimming my light, right? If I'm not feeling worthy of love, right? How am I going to let myself have that? So I do believe in loving yourself first, but not like above all or whatever. But we're at the same level as all humans, right? We're all here. So for those caregivers, right? We give and we give and we give. We need to give to ourselves too, right? It's like the oxygen mask. You have to put on your oxygen mask first before you help anybody else, right? So we have to give to ourselves. And for me, I looked at it as in the way, not as in not in a conceited way or whatever, right? But just that I'm worthy of what I give to others too. I can give that to myself as well. So there has been some things where I've had to allow myself going, no, for me to do this for myself actually helps me be more there for my children. Right? For me personally, these whole body issues, at 43, dealing with stuff that most 7-year-olds might not even feel pain from, right? It's my Jerry body. Who called it that? Somebody's saying that. My Jerry hips. Love it, love it. But yeah, it's my Jerry neck. Well, try not to claim it, right? That's the thing. Don't claim it. These are the issues I'm dealing with in my body. It doesn't belong to me, and I don't belong to it. It's here to teach me. So what is this teaching me? Number one, right? Slow down. I've worked this body hard for everybody else. It's given me that time to stop and to look within. And here, that's what I preaching here, right? It all begins within. So I need to do that first myself. So everything that I talk about is things that I've experienced myself, trial and error, things that I've learned from. I'm big on listening to others, that we don't necessarily have to go through all these situations ourselves. We can watch somebody else, and we can learn from somebody else's mistakes too. So we don't necessarily have to go make all those mistakes in life, mistakes, whatever you want to call them. We can learn from others as well. So we don't necessarily have to go through all that ourselves, which kind of helps us out. So, because, hey, it would take a heck of a lot more than one lifetime to learn everything, right? So I don't necessarily think we need to learn everything, but about ourselves, right? And what helps us, and what's our unique purpose here to expand on the knowledge of the all, right? Because we're all learning and growing and expanding, and all for one and one for all, right? It's kind of getting lost in my thoughts here. I truly believe that God is getting to know itself, himself, however you want to call it. I tend to see that we get hung up on words, and I try not to get hung up on words, right? So if it makes it better for you, you can say it different in your head. If I say God, somebody says God, you can switch that up in your own head so that you can let those messages come through, because sometimes we can block what's coming through and go, oh, well, I don't like that word that you use, so then I block out the rest of it, right? 2 ears, 1 mouth, twice as much listening. So we listen beyond tones, listen beyond the body language, right? Listen deeper, listen with more than just your ears, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but there's lots of ways to listen and check it through your systems. And you don't need to take everything just at face value. Check it out. Go to the book. Go to the Bible, the a book that helps you out. There's so many books out there, but it also can get confusing too, right? We can spread ourselves really too thin and go looking for too much advice. That's why I'm always about it begins within. All your answers are here, right? And it will ring true for you. What's meant for you will ring true. For me, I call them the truth tingles. I get these little tingles all up and down my spines, right? It's almost like goosebumps, but there's nothing, you don't see anything on my skin. You don't see the bumps, but I can feel them. So I call those my truth tingles. And that's a sign for me that this is truth. This is the path. I'm on track. I'm on the right path. And sometimes there's this overwhelming joy. I mean, that's a big one. That's a big one. When we first went to church and I looked over and I saw my son's eyes tearing up. He was so moved. I had come home and I'd sat up in my little reading nook with my cards and I drew a card from my Jesus deck and it was like, come to me, all ye with heavy burdens, laden with heavy burdens or something, come to me and I'll give you rest. Something like that. And powerful, emotional, came right from the gut. It was this joy. Who's that? You voted. Oh, no. Nope, sorry about that. To each their own, though. To each their own. So, lost my track. Is it? Congratulations. Congratulations. So, lost my train of thought there. Check through your systems. Yeah, don't follow blindly. Never follow blindly. Don't be led by the mighty dollar, because you know what? That's all going to end. Really, the thing that we have to hold on to is our love. Really, I guess, right? True power comes from within. Okay, good for you. So, to each their own. Okay, I'm not here to tell anybody who to follow or who not to follow. That's truly my belief, to each their own. Right? I don't push mine on you. You don't push yours on me. Okay, that's good. And it's all fair, right? And this is how we need to get along in this world, I believe, right? It's not pushing onto others. To each their own. To each their own. And we are all in this together. We're on this earth together. No matter what you believe, we're all earthlings here on this earth together, right? And we are limited beings. Spirit is infinite. But all of us human beings, we are limited. Yeah, we got science and technology. We can get into cryogenics, all that. You can get deep into anything, get yourself so twisted and confused. Why do that, right? I think, begin within. I think. Whatever, to each their own. I don't want to get hooked up in. But this is about sharing my beliefs that within Wednesdays and sharing what I feel. And the truth sounds like nothing but the truth. And what's true for me might not be true for you. But there is a truth we cannot escape. That is a true fact. We are on this earth together. All human beings on this earth together. And that's where the basis of everything for me comes from. And we are all created by the same source, no matter what you call it. No matter what you call it, right? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Right? I think I manifested this guy by wanting to ask you political questions. Oh, there you are. Hello. Political questions. Well, I'm just, I'm not sure. Better than Adderall or Ritalin is taking a breath and calming yourself and not depending on something outside of you. But some need it. Some need it. So, depends. Okay, so was there any other questions there, Mr. Average YouTube user? Mr. Mrs.? I've been just kind of rambling on without the questions, and then a couple of comments there. Well, it's, feel free. It's a freedom of speech. Everybody's allowed to say what they like, and hey, we can choose to react to it, or, right, it all depends. Can choose to let it get under my skin, or go, well, okay, everybody has the right to their own beliefs. I'm not here to change anybody's beliefs. I'm just here to be me, because that's all I can be. Okay, is there any more questions? I do have my appointment coming. I should get ready. Get ready soon. So, yeah, I kind of lost my, where I was talking. Okay. Thoughts on holistic medicine. I never tried it, but I'm open-minded. Well, I think holistic, we need to look. Oh, sorry, now I'm trying to read everything. Fake news, CNN. Holistic. Well, we do need to look at the whole being, right? Because I believe in what I've learned too is that our illnesses actually start in the spirits, and then when it manifests in your body, that's like the last step, right? So if we can get back to those thought things that might have helped manifest that in our lives, like for me, here in my neck, here's a physical thing right now. I've tried Tylenol 3s, I've tried Percocets, the doctor's given me, what's that called? Amitriptyline. It was an old antidepressant that they used to like trick the brain thing. That's a slew of different medications that didn't work. And then I was prescribed the medical marijuana, and I make a tincture, and I don't need to use that chemical stuff. But also, as I'm going through and doing that within work about what is this trying to teach me, well, I've carried everything on my shoulders, right? I wanted to help people so much that, and literally I, throw kids on my shoulders back. Then we were in an accident. But the more I honor and respect this, the looser it feels. So for me, the holistic natural medicine works, but I believe that they're complementary, the Western and the alternative medicines, which are pretty much the original medicines that the Western medicines kind of built theirs off of, right? Made synthetics of the natural. So I believe they work very well together, right? That's yeah, there's not for me it's not good or bad. It's either what helps and what hurts. Either it helps or it doesn't help, right? Sometimes it doesn't always hurt, but it doesn't help, just because it doesn't help doesn't mean it's going to hurt. But, it's just not always going to help. Does that make sense? So I believe in both, right? Like for the diagnostics and stuff in the Western medicines, like when you do your MRIs and CAT scans and x-rays, all those kinds of things to help you diagnose. But not always the pharmaceutical medicines are the best for you because, well, hey, some of them look at it more as a business, right? And if there's no sick people, then there's no business for them. So who knows, right? But sometimes that is needed. That sometimes you need those heavy antibiotics, right? So I am not against Western medicine. I'm not more for holistic, right? I do believe in looking at the whole being, right? That it's not just treating the symptoms. Like, where did that come from? Because we can continually just treat symptoms, right? And more symptoms will come up. Oh, here's a pill. Oh, that creates these symptoms. Here's another pill for those. So you can get yourself into a vicious cycle of that. But, if you're listening to what your body is telling you and working with your body instead of pushing your body to work for you. I mean, again, this is my own stuff and what I've learned from my own experience dealing with my own physical issues here. It loosens up and it responds to that. But if we keep feeding it and just keep treating the symptoms and don't look at the root cause, then Random Reviews. You're my big fan. There you go. Shout out Random Reviews. You watch all my videos, so have you subscribed then? Where do guys come from? I seriously think I may have manifested them, which is crazy. I'm with them politically, so they may have just popped in from nowhere. You're with them politically? I'm not sure. I don't call myself a political person. And that these things all disappear. So I'm still using this. Oh, thank you, Random Reviews. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, thanks for watching. It's exciting to have that. Any questions? Okay. Oh, now they disappeared. How do I keep that? Where? Oh, well, these conservative guys came from their mother. Like we all did, right? Whoops. Okay. Well, then they're meant to be here. Everybody's here is meant to be here for some reason, right? Anybody pops in later, that's what I believe. It's there's no quinky dinkies out there. We're gonna learn. Gonna live. We're gonna learn. That's what I think. So that's cool. Any more questions before I wrap her up here? This was really cool. Oh, now my phone's ringing. That'd be my my friend Shannon, my Shannon baby, of course. Aw, thank you. Of course, yes, I agree. Yeah, they come from their mother, right? Or that we're all here for a reason. No quinky dinkies, eh? No quinky dinkies. We're all here for a reason. Shannon baby blowing up your yeah, she is. She could I'll call her back after. So that's great. That's great you've been watching this from the first and all the tears and all that too. Oh my goodness. I get so embarrassed for that because I don't like anybody seeing me cry. Well, I used to look at that as a weakness, and now I see that as a strength. I used to admire everybody that could cry. But for me, if I was crying, well, I was just being weak because, you know, what am I crying about? So many people got it so worse than I do, right? So much worse than I do. But yeah, we can look at that and we cannot validate ourselves, and then it keeps going. Oh, my green dress on the YouTube live. I know I'm not even in my reading space either because I wasn't doing a reading. I was doing a Within Wednesdays, which I'd started back, but I haven't done a question and answer before. I haven't done a Within Wednesdays for a while. My appointment is going to be here at 2:30. So they are coming here, but it'd be nice to tidy up a little bit. Make sure we got room on the table. It's just a little check-in appointment for my son. And then, yeah. And then I should call Shannon back too, I guess, see what she's up to. So I have get a hold of her before that call. So I really like this. I'm going to do this again. I love the Within Wednesdays too. I haven't done them in a while. And I need to kind of get back to it. Things are kind of up and down here. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, Thursday is alive. Friday is my 100th. Yay! Daily guidance video. Okay. So Friday, I'm going to do Friday live as well. I'll wear my green dress and I'm going to pull cards. Anybody that wants to ask for a card, I'll pull a card right then, specifically for you. Okay, so on Friday now, I have an appointment on Fridays from 1 till 2. So I think I'll probably do it between 10 and noon on Friday. Between 10 and noon. You can buy merchandise off my channel. I haven't gotten anything up there yet. I'm going to. Eventually, I want to have the whole little store. And it'll be on there. Like, Begin Within You, the letter U.org. is my website. I am going to be selling stuff though. That's part of the gifts part of Begin Within Healing Services, Gifts and Books is the gifts that we create and channel or, you know, paint. What is the kind of merchandise are you looking for? Something specific? Key? Ah, yes. Okay. With my logo. That'd be very cool. My Begin Within logo. I've thought about that. Vistaprint, they do some good ones too. Oh, maybe. Yeah, we'll think about that. But I'll draw cards for sure on Friday. I probably won't have T-shirts and stuff on Friday, but yeah, that's a great idea. Key rings, yeah, of course, yeah, that'd be great. So Friday, come back on Friday. I'll be doing the live reading, and then I'll draw additional cards after the reading. And then anybody that wants one can ask, and I'll draw a specific card just for you. How about that? Sound good? Okay. And, of course, I'll be on tomorrow at 10. Yep. I am a Heinz 57, I call myself. Canadian. Yep. Micmac, Cherokee, Irish Canadian. Celtic Canadian. I've got a bit of everything in me. So, Yeah, I guess that's why I can relate. Maybe that's why I'm not prejudiced. I say, what? How can my family be prejudiced? We got a bit of everything in us, right? So, anyways, so I will see you tomorrow at 10. I'll be back for the live tomorrow at 10, up in my little reading nook. And then Friday, free card on Friday, if you like. Well, yeah. Any more questions? Maybe I'll do my Wednesday within live. AM. It's usually AM I do. Usually 10 a.m. after the kids go to school. It's 10 p.m. Oh, I'm wiped at the end of the day. My eyes are like this by 10 p.m. So, not coherent. Here's the Eastern. Yes, I'm in Ontario. I'm in Ontario, Canada. So it is Eastern time. Would a later time work better? I thought about that, but my kids are going to school from 10 till 3. So I've got to work it in that way. And I do like 10 because I put my tincture in my tea. Okay. Yeah, New York time. Same as New York. Yeah, sure is. Okay. All right. Kind of early. Okay. So, what about 12? Well, Friday it'll be between 10 and 12 because I have an appointment at 1 on Friday. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are kind of already set as at 10. So I don't know if I'll move my Thursday, but Friday. Yeah. Friday between 10 and noon. I'll probably put 10 and 12:30 because it only takes me 15 minutes to get that appointment. I'll get her figured out. It'll all work out perfectly. So I don't need to figure it out. Spirit guides me. And it'll work just fine. Okay? All right. Thank you, beautiful beings. I love you, and thanks for being here. And we will see you. Please enable. I don't know how to do the super chat. Remember, I'm new. If you've been watching me from the beginning, random reviews, I am new. I still can't figure out this chat thing. It took me a while to figure out how to look at it watching the video after. I'll hang out. Yeah, I'll hang out after the reading tomorrow. How about that? I can do that. Yeah, I'll hang around after the reading tomorrow. Thursday, yeah, I don't have any appointments. No, I don't have any appointments Thursday. So I'll hang out for some more questions tomorrow after the reading. Okay. Awesome, beautiful beings. Okay. Biggest heart hugs ever. Oh my goodness. But I didn't get you on the heart side. Sorry. Biggest heart hugs ever. Showing you my mess behind me. Have a wonderful day. Oh, 1,000 subscribers. Well, then get sharing this out there. 1,000 subscribers to get super chat. All right. Well, I got 16. We're on the way. Awesome. Okay. Love you, beautiful beings. Keep shining your light through in everything you do because, boy, this world needs you. Have a wonderful, blessed day. See you tomorrow. Peace.